Hey, I'm Brandon Scott with Happy Hollow Outdoors. The guys and I are headed out to Cedar Creek Reservoir to the Rustic Youth Camp. Rustic Youth Camp was established in 1979 by Mr. Jackie Richardson. He was gracious enough to let us come out and clean up some cedar trees that got blown down in the previous storms. We're going to take these trees, mill them down, process them into some unique items inside a Happy Hollow. The main centerpiece of that's going to be the mantle for the fireplace. I think we're going to load it at the end, but let's get Big Bertha there on first before we...
I'll tell you what, just set it right there in one of them two trees, that way it'll be out of your way.
Between those two or those two up there? Alright.
I have the big one.
Alright.
This video has been brought to you by Happy Hollow Outdoors. Find your happy place.
Our mission at Happy Hollow is not just to build a store, but we're wanting to add back to the community and learn from the people in it. With that being said, we had the pleasure of sitting down with Mr. Jackie and learning a little bit of the history about Cedar Creek and the surrounding areas. We're here with Mr. Jackie Richardson. He's owner?
We started this camp 45 years ago. We have had kids here from 44 states and several foreign countries. I can count 17. My daughter says 15. But Mark knows we've had them here from all over the world, basically. So we got people that came when they was little that now got kids that come. And we just got a big family all over the United States. It's been a total blessing. They was asking me how to get my wagon up there, and I told them it wasn't hard, but the hard thing was get the mules down and pull it up there.
So, tell them about this cotton behind us here.
This cotton is gin by Vaden Gin Company. They built, when I was growing up, well, after we got our little crop picked at Cherry Hill, which is east of Russell, we'd go over and sleep on pallets in my grandpa's, my uncle's floors, and we'd pick cotton. School got out for 2 weeks for cotton picking. And we'd pick enough cotton to get us a new pair of shoes and a pair of overalls to wear in winter, and had enough left to go to North Alabama State Fair.
Oh, you're doing good, man.
Well, old James, my cousin that owns this gin company, he was a little bit younger than me, but he was right there. And I had a 9-foot long pick sack before I ever finished doing all that, and I still got it. I like to get out there early in the morning when the dew's on your cotton weighed heavy. And I wish that I'd come across a watermelon that they used to throw a few watermelon seeds down, and you could bust you a watermelon and get you a little heart out of it, and get you a little energy to keep it going. We had a big time. We worked hard. And my grandpa and grandma and my uncle them lived in what they call sharecropper's house. Everybody lived in that kind of house.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't beds for everybody. You throw down a quilt and lay down on the floor, slept on a pallet. Well, Noble, he worked exceptionally hard, and he saved every nickel he made. And so those boys learned from their daddy how to take care of stuff.
Right.
They bought into a Oakland gin, and one of the nephews, he became manager of the gin, and it's owned by the farmers, that gin, and so they agreed to pay him X number of dollars salary and so much commission on whatever he brought in business. Well, he started selling liquid fertilizer. He started renting bulls out to go and the first thing you know, he was making $200,000 or $300,000 a year. He was 30 years old. They said, he's making too much money. We need to just buy him out and get us somebody where we can cheap, That's what the board decided. And so they bought him out, but by that time he just kept buying stock into the gin. And they had to pay him $3.5 million. Hollis Rice, one of the guys told me, said, that young man's 31 years old now, and he would never have to another town if he wanted to. Well, he took that money, went to road building business up in Tennessee, and then he does demolition all over Tri-Cities, and don't tell how much, and he's bought every farm that's available. Well, James them did the same thing. They opened this gin, and they said, it cost them $5 million to build it. We're gonna lose everything Denny's ever made, or we're gonna do good.
Yeah.
Well, they've done good. They've been listed by Forbes with a M behind their name for a while. And so they were told to take that M off. They took the M off, and Forbes got a B there.
Oh, really?
A billionaires now. But they farmed 127 acres of corn, 247 acres of cotton themselves. Right now I guess they just got 3 Pinnacles, them high dollar machines.
Yeah.
They have had 4, but them fellow decides he wants to get rid of one, well, they'll buy it and turn around and sell it. This tree fell between the curb and the sidewalk, and they left it. There's one at the post office, they left it. Well, the trees kept busting the sidewalks, and the city got a grant for $455,000. But Alabama wouldn't sign off till this tree was taken down, and that up at the post office taken down. And that's water oak. And my granddaughters said, we got to do something with Peepaw's tree. Well, I didn't have we teach wood burning here. My vision was just a small survey tray about this big and do a map, and so they could make copies in the woodwork shop down here, and kids could make them and carry them home.
Right.
But the lady who teaches wood burning and my son, which is back there, I heard him hammer. They said, no, it needs to go full length. This is 8'5" long, 44 inches wide. He got up on a 10-foot ladder, took a picture, scaled this thing down. This is the way Cedar Creek lays today. And this here is Lost Creek. Used to be Indian Mound here, and the camp is right here. And this right here is Camp Creek. And this here's this is Lick Creek. And so, but my son-in-law, he wanted them to put everything, the farms, the one-room schoolhouses, the churches, the cemeteries, he wanted to put them all on this right here. April said, we're not going to do it, it'll ruin the deal. Well, I done talked to Scotty, and he could print on canvas, that he printed this on acrylic. This is an overlay, and all of this stuff is right according to scale, right with satellite, and it's according to the government restoration. And it's got every farm, every cemetery, every one-room schoolhouse, every church, everything on there. It's got a few things that I like to tell people about, and those pictures, laminated pictures of now, when the Civil War came along, over the hill, some of y'all know where Gravelly Springs is.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's the largest encampment in the Western Hemisphere. That means between the Atlantic and Pacific. In the Western Hemisphere, the largest encampment in history.
Right.
28,000 foot soldiers and cavalrymen were camped there.
Wow.
And it was there that a dispersal was made, where they'd send the generals and their units to different points and tell them what to do in engaging in the warfare. Now this shows the campsites and all that, and that's Lauderdale County Archaeological Society documented that. And they gave me that, and I'm missing one page. And but that shows you the location. Well,
Is this how they were camped, actually?
Yep.
all of those little squares are campsites for troops.
Yes.
And what we're looking at now is, this is Lost Creek, and here's one called Kelp Creek.
Camp Creek's right.
All right, now watch this. Right up here is this Junkard Spring.
Yes, sir.
General Wilson was to take his men and go up here to Junkard Springs, which is headwater of this creek right out here, and camp there till they got further instruction. And when they got further instruction, they were to leave here and go south and destroy everything of any value as they went south. They went south. They destroyed University of Alabama. They saw smoke coming out of the woods over there at Tannehill Furnaces. They went in there and they destroyed Tannehill Furnaces. They went on in south and they destroyed Selma, Alabama, burned it to the ground and went to the sea. Now I don't know if Sherman got his instruction from the same point, but he was told over here in Georgia, you go sweep Atlanta and you go destroy everything, you go to the sea. And that's the way they did.
Yeah.
And those troops came right through here, and there's documentation of one home site that they left standing because of Miss Wrigley. She heard they was coming, and their well was right out beside the road. And I can show you the well now. And they did have a nice log house, but a friend of mine inherited, he was taking it down, and somebody went in there and loaded up those logs and stole them and burned the rest of it to make it appear like it all got on fire. But anyway, she got her boys out there drawing water and filling the water trough where the horses drink, and got their buckets and filled the buckets full of water, and they was handing the soldiers a drink and having the horses a drink, and they didn't destroy their property. They preserved it. It's 3.5 miles over the hill here behind me. They came right through here where we at, and so that's one thing that it can be documented.
Yeah.
Scott, he did the roads and he colored them.
Yeah.
And it tells you where there's gravel, and mostly all of them was. This was one of the oldest roads here in the county, at Shady Grove Road. But back to, is this right here say Bent Springs School?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when I was still in high school, I worked for a feller. He was pushing 90, and he went to school at Belgrade. He played on the basketball team. Jack Bragwell was his name. And he told me that we used to go down there and play Mint Springs and basketball. It used to be a one-room schoolhouse, and they'd had a little court. And I said, y'all went from Belgrade down there? Yeah. I said, how'd y'all get down there? He said, well, we just got on our mules. If you didn't have a mule, you just got on behind somebody. And he said, we liked it because we got out of school all day long. And then so he said they rode them things to Russell. You know, so can you imagine?
Wow.
Here comes a team, it's best team of the state, riding their mules to play the playoff. You know, that'd be unheard of. But got our son-in-law's home place, but now right over here on Blue Lick Creek, there's a Hester. What's it Hester say?
William Carroll.
William Carroll Hester, he was one of the first settlers. He built a mill race down Blue Lick Creek. Highway 33 crosses there now. And he had a cotton gin and a grist mill right there. It's a subdivision there. We built a house right on the site where the grist mill was. It's worth probably $1.25 million. And it's just a summer home. It's got 27 beds,
Yeah.
7 bathrooms. My nephews.
Well, Miss Jackie, we want to thank you for letting us come out today, help clean up a little bit, get some lumber for the store, some material for the store.
Well, let's say it's been a blessing to me. I love the company,
Yeah.
that sort of thing, and I just happy to have y'all here.
Yes, sir.
And y'all come back anytime.
We sure appreciate it.
And like I said, this fella is really strong. But
He is.
older ain't everything.
You're right. Thank you, Mr. Jackie.
Yeah,
We appreciate you.
Okay.